Hi, I'm Defossez. I'm a doctoral candidate here in the Department of Communication and Rhetoric here at the University of Pittsburgh. And I came here primarily for the program's concentration in the rhetoric of science, as well as the department's ties to Pitt Center for Bioethics and Health Law. And being able to do coursework in both of these areas has been important for me since most of my research falls within a field called the rhetoric of medicine, which is kind of an offshoot of the rhetoric of science that shares many of its concerns and interests with bioethics. And rhetoric of medicine is a field that's expanding on a number of fronts right now, and I think it's going to continue expanding as technological innovations both from within and outside medicine are reshaping the cultural meanings of health and illness, and also as new media continue to steer health talk into an increasingly prominent place in our public discourse. When we talk about health, though, it's interesting to note how we're rarely talking only about health. We're often articulating socially and politically charged notions about personal agency, about personal responsibility, as in the case of genetic testing, for example. We might be also striving for identity in complicated social spaces. This is something we see often happening in online health communities. Or we might be simply grappling with the transience and the limitations that it means to be a human being. And so while health might seem like a neutral term, it's really a densely packed signifier. And so for me, the rhetoric of health and medicine is a way for unpacking what else we talk about when we talk about health. In my dissertation, for example, I look at how people in online health communities work together to self-diagnose the loosely defined psychiatric condition mild depression. And what I found was that what people in these spaces are often talking about, in addition to depression obviously, are ideas about time. And it seemed to me that these ideas about time are, very much shaped by the technological affordances of the online spaces in which they're being discussed. And so paying attention to the role that so-called new media play in terms of contouring our health discourses has been an important part of my work here at Pitt. And so the department's emphasis in media studies has overlapped really productively with the rhetoric of science concentration and the department's affiliation with the Center for Bioethics and Health Law.